Inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go. Let's bring it. 20. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
From the 36, Newton. He's going to go for a big play downfield. A big play there for Minnesota. 47 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Give him maybe a yard. Quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Brings up second and 9 at the 16-yard line.
Here's second and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Newton to throw. The screen pass here to Cohen. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Ready. Ready.
From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
What's that? Let's get it. He's sick as the mic. Bound to lose one. Big dash, big dash. Come, go.
They'll run forward to Tariq Cohen. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Second down and goal. Newton. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Jaron Reed able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Gun. Right there. 54, right
Newton. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Hunter Renfrow, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last two games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Get up! 180! 50 seconds to Mike. Watch the run, watch the run.
They'll run it here. This is James Wayne. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brings up 3rd down.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Watch the pass, watch the pass. Here we go.
Now Trubisky. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
From his goal line here, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Gregory. Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now Leonard Fournette. He's got a first down past the 30 and all the way up to the 31-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action, Newton. That is caught by Cohen. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check, check. Watch what he thought. Watch what he thought. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Hey! Mike by 4.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton, he finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. First down, a run with Cohen. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
Gun. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 40-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
A throw over the middle, taken in. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton escaping the pressure right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defender gets there, and it's a touchdown.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. That's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Lions, nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Looking to throw again on second down. Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Trubisky to throw. Dancing to his left. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. On the return is Cohen. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
20.
Fournette on the counter, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The shotgun snap for Newton. Open here, Adam Thielen. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Newton on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was a nice score.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Throwing again on second down. Trubisky completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Let's go!
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns.
Newton now. Only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience. Yeah. You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Trubisky. This is White on the screen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Trubisky now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Trubisky to throw again. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Fournette, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Ready, McKinney. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 6-man. Check girls. Check me.
To throw is Newton. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 27. Trubisky will throw. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. And they'll get this down to the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. 1st down, here's White. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's Trubisky. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Peyton Barber. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. So now Trubisky will lead his guys to the line. They'll go for 2 here. Now a toss coming right side. White. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Newton now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Now with shotgun handoff to Cohen. A gain of 3, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Gun. 54.
Here's Newton. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, watch the ball. Check. Gun.
Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Kill. Turn up. 8.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Trubisky to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky sliding out of the pocket. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And he fires one incomplete. James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. But it'll be 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here with White. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Trubisky. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
After this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. This is Cohen. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Ready? Right to the 3. 54. Right 54. Check pass. Under 10. 20. That's right now. Ready?
On second down, here's Fournette. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Let's see what you got. Shoot. Check 3.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And an alley to run. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run with Fournette. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Here we go. 188. 54 Mike. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball.
So the